Swear it is.
Does not get through and into the duels in the DS Penske. He stays 7th fastest. Tictum doesn't improve, and Vern does right at the end of the
yes.
Likewise, Oliver Rowland pulls it out of the
Come on.
He was the man who was on the
finally.
He goes up into 3rd quickest. Gunter gets a lap in right at the very end as well and pushes Dan Tictum out of the duels by 2/100ths of a second. So at the end of that one, it's Mortara, Gunter, Rowland and
Nissan have a chance.
The 4 drivers who will progress forwards. We lose Tictum, we lose yesterday's race winner Pascal Wehrlein, and we lose another man from the podium, Mitch Evans. Let's have a look at the lineup then.
He looked a bit like
here in Jeddah. Nick Cassidy.
Forgot his name. Move on.
Nico Muller, Jake Dennis, Sebastian Buemi, Antonio Felix da Costa, Nick De Vries, Pepe Martin, Zane Maloney, Felipe Drugovic, and Lucas Di Grassi.
Okay. Wait. Huh?
Your 10 drivers who will be out in this session. Jake Dennis over the line, goes 2nd quickest. He pushes Cassidy onto the bubble and pushes Zane Maloney out of qualifying then. But all eyes on Lucas Di Grassi, as you said. Let's see what he can do. Maloney can't improve in the sister Lodi Yamaha Abt as he takes the checkered flag, misses out by 8/100ths of a second. Here is Lucas Di Grassi then. He comes to the line. Can he improve? No, loses time in that final sector and stays slowest of the lot. Drugovic also went into the pits, so the Brazilian driver misses out again for a second day in succession. So let's get confirmation, though, of how it all finished in Group B. Da Costa, Dennis, Buemi and Cassidy are your top 4 that progress forwards. Zane Maloney misses out by 8/100ths of a second, but that should be, we reckon, his best starting position, previous best prior to this.
Didn't realise it was Yamaha.
In Miami.
It's pretty cool.
Quarter-final 1, Oliver Rowland versus
Come on, you Brit.
Maximilian Gunter. Yeah, coming through into the final chicane then. So Rowland on the left, Gunter on the right. They're going to be aiming it for the line. Rowland with the advantage in Sector 1 and indeed in Sector 2. Can he out-qualify Maximilian Gunter?
Of course he can.
The German comes to the line. He can. 0.2 of a second in it. Rowland progresses forwards and into the semi-finals. The front row man from yesterday, Maximilian Gunter, will go no further than the quarter-finals here for round 5. Quarter-final 2 up next. Jean-Eric Verne in the Citroën. Eddie Mortara, the pole man from 24 hours ago in the Mahindra.
Mortara's got just a huge advantage, nearly 3/10ths already.
Yeah, Mortara building that advantage, you say, further still in sector number 2. Verne comes
okay,
to take the
pretty.
What is the time going to be for the Frenchman? 1:15.579, but Mortara on an absolute fly. This could be a low 15 as he comes to take the checkered flag. It is a low 15. He out-qualifies it by 0.4 of a second at 15.168. That was 0.2 of a second faster than we saw from Oliver Rowland. Another Swiss driver coming up in quarter-final 3 is Sebastian Buemi. He'll be going alongside Andretti's Jake Dennis.
Dennis now comes through that final chicane using the 4-wheel drive to come up to the line. And he goes quicker, a 15.3 for Jake Dennis.
Really pulled it out in that final sector in particular. That's where Buemi was 0.3 of a second slower in the last part of the lap. So Andretti and Jake Dennis will go through into the semi-finals. Quarter-final 4, Nick Cassidy versus Da Costa then. So Jaguar versus Citroën. Da Costa catching, though, in the second sector. The deficit down to just 3/100ths.
All right, I want Da Costa.
It's going to be tight between these two drivers. It's not going to be the quickest time we've seen overall so far in the dual stages of qualifying.
That works.
Cassidy, though, has made some kind of a problem. You can see arms in the air for Cyril Blaze, and something's gone wrong there. Maybe he's had a loss of power in the final sector. Either way, Da Costa's built up an advantage of nearly half a second, and he goes through into the semi-finals. What happened there for Nick Cassidy?
Oh, no, that was a mistake. It just took too much curb. I think the bottom of the car,
that cost him half a second. Damn.
Both Citroëns out of the quarterfinals. The upshot is we'll see Rowland, Mortara, Dennis and Da Costa going through into the semis. Oliver Rowland, who started
this could be close.
On the grid here 24 hours ago. He'll go up against
I don't want to say it, but I reckon Mortara's got it.
Eduardo Mortara
But then again, I have been wrong, so
where Mortara's been strong and he's pulled it back from a deficit to an advantage. Goes up
I'm gonna say it's
by
Mortara
10
just so
seconds to the
Roland gets
better
it.
of Roland. Let's see whether
Mortara's
he can
quicker.
continue that momentum in the final couple of corners through the penultimate chicane.
Shit.
Where we saw a mistake for Cassidy in the quarterfinals.
He's
a few
quicker.
moments ago. No such bother for these two drivers. Mortara with now 0.2 of a second in his pocket as he throws it over the curbs. We come to the timing line. Roland then versus Mortara in the battle for a position in the finals. Who gets it? It's Eduardo Mortara
Smoked
by
him.
0.3 of a second. He knocks out Oliver Roland, and once again Mortara at worst will line up on the front row of the grid.
Don't fuck it up again.
Who will be joining Mortara in the final? Will it be Da Costa? Will it be Dennis? Dennis with nearly 0.2 of a second the advantage, and now one chicane left as he comes through the final couple of corners, and he's surely going to have enough of time in his pocket to take the position in the final as he comes to take it. Yes, he does. 0.3 of a second. Dennis for Andretti will go through.
Yeah, he's done a 15.0, so that is now the fastest lap of the weekend.
Impressive.
Swiss drivers have taken pole position on the last 3.
I kind of want to see Mortara go pole just so I can see him wheel spin again.
Jake Dennis occupying the top spot.
Ooh.
Mortara so close up against the wall
Damn.
of the entry into turn 13.
Then.
Has an advantage of Dennis in the second sector. This is where the Mahindra drive has been strong. Big slide out of the penultimate chicane. That's going to cost him 1/10 of a second or two. He was up though in sector 2 compared to Jake Dennis. Out of the final corner we go here for Eduardo Mortara.
I was going to say, does that cost him a 10?
Over the line and take pole position. It's a 15-1. It's as good as we've seen from the man who was on pole 24 hours ago. But Dennis now with just one more chicane to negotiate, and he is closing in this final sector. Will it be Mortara and Mahindra on pole? Will it be Dennis and Andretti? To the line we go between Dennis and Mortara. Dennis comes to the line. He hasn't done it. 3/100ths of a second in it. And it's Eduardo Mortara who takes 2 back-to-back poles here in Jeddah.
Let's see if he can actually start this time. Formula E round 5.
You said you'd get the lawnmower ready 30 minutes ago, but you decided to sneak in some Amazon Spring deals instead. Oh dear.
I should really pay for YouTube
Already
Premium,
talk,
shouldn't
Gary.
I?
Just look busy. Amazon
Me
Spring
at work.
deal days, up to 40% off. Starts Tuesday.
It's time to get rowdy in Saudi as the lights go out and we
The
get
last
racing
Formula
us
E
off.
reaction.
Mortara off the front row. Nice one from Dennis as well. Keep an eye out for Da Costa looking on the outside of Dennis as we come down towards the turn 1. Side by side.
See, the
Roland
Citroens
into the
and
first corner
Nissans
as
are
well.
so fucking
Into turn
similar.
2 we go. Da Costa on the inside of Dennis gets the move done by the looks of things on the exit of the corner, and then Dennis has got the inside line.
Don't say
As we come down
Citroens
into
and
turn 4,
Citroens.
He's not giving that one up, but it's still Mortara that leads.
No, I
and we're
meant.
still 2 by 2 for 4th place there as well. It's a case of keeping the momentum up at this stage.
Yes, Roland, come on.
As little energy as possible. Mortara is
Stay
extending the
there.
middle as he goes
Not
round the
stay there.
outside
Yep, that
of
is.
Oliver Roland
No.
into turn 8. Lovely move there as he now hits the front for the first time.
I might have been
since
looking at the
opening
Mahindra
stages.
and
Well,
Nissan.
8 out of 30, so we're not even 1/3.
They're all
through this
fucking
race.
red at the
You
front.
see Roland there now attacking as well as Jake Dennis coming through on the outside. Buemi's on the inside of Da Costa
Down the bottom.
as we head down into turn 13.
That crazy, man. One Mahindra dead first, one Mahindra dead last, and then both Nissans just one higher and one below.
Across the line we go. Da Costa still leads from Oliver Roland, or is that going to be for long? Coming down in towards turn 1. Buemi's on the inside, Roland's on the outside. We're 3 abreast for the lead. Now it's Buemi in the Envision that hits the front. Mortara on the outside there, and subsequently on his inside is Dan Tickton. 3 abreast, nearly again down in towards turn 4. Mortara shuffled out to dry a little bit with Roland, and a little bit tight.
That was very tight.
Going into 4, and there's contact as well for the back of Zane Maloney's car because he's got a rear
Oh,
wing
he does.
missing as well. Let's have a look at Pepe Martins. It's a contact that removed a rear wing end plate there for Zane Maloney. Yeah,
Ooh.
launched over the back.
Why would it be brown? I mean, I guess you could say it's a bronze.
Yeah, he's got a technical issue here as Jake Dennis could be.
But looks like
early
shit.
retirement from this race. Ran on down at turn 5, and let's watch the timing tower to see whether he continues to drop down the order because it looked like he just had a box full
What
of
happened?
neutrals going nowhere at all. And Dennis is going to be an early retirement from this race. What a shame for the British driver. Team radio.
The standard cars are struggling though. Look, Burns sort of dropped to 9. Cassidy's not really.
Come on,
making the
Roland.
success we'd expect. He's down at
Nissan need to win.
And both the Penske's, I know they've got attack mode. We'll see, they'll move up a bit, but they're not
Got
exactly
good energy
fighting
left.
top end, are they?
Well, everyone's pretty equal.
On board we ride with Sebastian Buemi.
Fuck.
Now going to be challenging.
I hate how they just cut like that, so they're in first and then in third. I need to see how.
And Buemi and Mortara not quite able to get the position. So Tictum here going for track position.
My watch just told me it's time to stand.
To Antonio Felix da Costa, who's built out a gap now of 2.3
Whoa.
seconds as we come across the line here.
So these cars ahead do not have attack. These three ahead do not have attack.
So yeah, da Costa trying to clear off into this one.
Oh, he's dropping again.
Fourth place, contact between the two on the exit of turn 4. Side by side, they still run into turn 5. And Mortari has the better, but he's sideways. He's off the track.
Whoa.
He comes back on the track. Is he going to have to give up the place? Did he gain an advantage? We'll wait and see what
Yes,
happens as
do
he
it
comes out
now.
in towards the chicane. Mortara holds on to 4th place for now.
Da Costa is checked out, hasn't he? He's gone for that 4-second gap, but he will have another attack mode. He's in a good position here because these drivers are going to have to push quite hard to try and.
The cars are
catch
a
him,
lot
but then he
closer
will
than
have
F1
another
or
opportunity.
anything.
Yeah, I think this might force da Costa's hand here to go for attack mode this time around, to go into it, because otherwise he's going to
You
lose too much time.
change
That
so
gap that he's
quick.
built up over the last few laps, he's going to just shrink down so quickly.
Yeah,
Oh, he's got a 3.5 second gap.
3.5 seconds
Roland's in
advantage,
third.
So I agree. I think it will be this lap to make things comfortable for him.
Oh, Tictum's just run out. Tictum's just run out, and Roland's got 32 seconds. So this is crucial for Roland here to make it work before he runs out. He should get it done.
Yeah, he's almost into the back of Dan Tictum as we come onto the exit of the final corner. Roland now side
What's
by
the gap?
side, and Buemi's going to invite himself into the party here as well. So Tictum relegated
not
down
massive.
To second, from second down to third rather. And now we're going to see Buemi and Mortara, I'm sure, coming through like a freight train as well.
Oh,
On the
but his
inside
energy
goes Sebastian
went out sooner.
Buemi on Dan Tictum. Can he get the move done?
Yeah, he
through
ain't
turn
catching him.
4? Nice and easy there for the Swiss driver in the Envision. Buemi sitting there in second. Roland
Just cut it again.
between himself and Eduardo Mortara down to,
Keep catching, please.
0.6 of a second. So Buemi's through on Roland's second place, and now it's a case of watching Eduardo Mortara because he's come to the end of his attack mode and he hasn't gotten in front of Oliver Roland. So Roland
That's
now
good.
is in front of Eduardo Mortara.
9%,
And what looks to be
9%.
a challenge for victory for the Swiss driver is coming to a bit of a head here towards the end of this race. We've got
Oh,
a
at least
no
get
sail
second.
between
Come
our
on.
4 drivers
Races
in
since
battle
last
for
win,
the podium
11th.
places. Can anyone do anything, do you reckon?
Yeah, so for those
No,
who are
11,
behind
not
Da Costa,
11th.
it's going to be crucial going into the final two
sorry,
chicanes.
Albie Marty side by side here with Dan Tictum.
Oh, into the
Position,
wall.
and Marty's into the wall, into the bus stop chicane.
Cooper
Marty
fighting.
collides with his teammate Dan Tictum. They just about live to fight another day, but that was unnecessary from the Cupra Kiro team.
What's the Roland gap? Pretty close.
Antonio Felix da Costa, well, it was a slow start to life at Jaguar, pointless in the first
But I
couple of
suppose with
races.
no
He bounced
edge,
back
there's
in
not much to
Miami,
do.
and now he will stand on the top step of the podium for the first time with his new team. Antonio Felix da Costa wins here in Jeddah.
He got
It's
third,
victory
that's
as Dak is back in
better than it has
fourth.
been.
Buemi makes it a Jaguar power
Nato's
one-two.
down as
He brings
17th.
home the Envision in second position, and then it's Roland completing the podium. Well, let's have a look at the results then from round 5 here in Jeddah. Antonio Felix da Costa takes his first win since Portland 2024, and it's a Jaguar-powered one.
Portland.
With Envision coming home in second with Sebastian Buemi. Roland
American
back onto the
version.
podium
I
in third
work on
after a
UK
challenging
version.
Weekend. Mortara just off it in 4th place. Ahead of the 2 Cupra Kiros, a double points finish for them for the first time
Right, the
this season.
Brits did a bit better then.
Pepe Marti, then it's Evans,
Nissan and Roland.
and then Taylor Barnard completing
Well,
the pole
Roland.
positions.
Not
There was a
Nissan
lot of management
altogether.
going on there.
2020
battery
champ.
energy, obviously, that was the main focus for us today, and I was always able to place my car in the right place in the beginning and be very efficient. And then I knew once the initial energy readings came, I knew I was in a place to do this. At the end, there was a bit critical. We had some alarms popping up. I think battery temp, but they were.
Oh,
guiding
that's
me through it,
great.
So I couldn't go as fast as I wanted, but I was managing the gap. So, but yeah, this one feels good. You know, with changing teams, it's a massive workload and a lot of things to learn and new faces and names to learn. And,
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah, I'm happy to get this done by race 5.
In terms of the Drivers' Championship, Pascal Wehrlein
Back
still
in
sits at
third,
top,
that's
but is
good.
now down to 6 points with Eder Mortara up into second.
9 points behind top.
Roland into third, and Cassidy dropping down into 4th place after failing to score.
Didn't show the hot table.
Muller also also dropping down the order.
I suppose it's not
Costa
really
catapulting himself up into
any
7th
point.
position at the expense of Dennis Buemi and Joel Eriksson. Antonio Felix da Costa is victorious here in Jeddah. His
Yeah.
third.
That was round 5. That was round 5 of Formula E 2026.